This is my review of Andy Weir's Artemis. So picture this. Life on the moon. Sounds like a dream, right? Only if you have money. Welcome to Artemis, Earth's first and only lunar city. A shiny, pressurized bubble of capitalism in the dead gray desert. The city is divided into 5 interconnected domes, separating them from the deadly atmosphere. Conrad, Aldrin, Bean, Shepard, and Armstrong. Outside of those domes, nothing but a vacuum of the cold instant death on the lunar landscape. Inside, it's cramped. Food's made from algae, and even a small spark could blow the whole place to smithereens. And Artemis doesn't have any countries, no courts, no cops. Technically under the Kenyan jurisdiction, but the city's real authority is Nikki, a former economic astronaut turned administrator, and she's the only thing that Artemis has to authority. Enter our main protagonist, Jazz Bashara, a porter by day and a smuggler by night. She's broke, in debt, and hustling every single angle she can get just to survive. She's sharp, sarcastic, and morally flexible, and has one goal: get rich, and finally live somewhere that doesn't smell like algae. So when one of her usual customers, Tran Landvik, a billionaire, offers her a job too good to be true, she takes it. Now on paper, the job seems simple. Sabotage a few machines, keep it quiet, walk away rich. If only that was so simple. Turns out, the machines she's messing with are part of a much larger operation. And if things did go to plan, it would have been fine. But it didn't. And it doesn't take long for things to spiral way out of control. The machines she hit, they belong to the Brazilian mob. They're trying to quietly take over Sanchez Aluminum, who's responsible for supplying oxygen to all of Artemis. They also happen to control the production of Zafo, a rare material used for high-speed fiber optics, also known for faster communication lines. So controlling the Zafo would mean controlling Artemis's new economic future. While Jazz may be impulsive, she knows what kind of power is at work. She's lived at Artemis her whole life. She understands a place like this, with no real authority, rules are negotiable. As she puts it, people trust a reliable criminal over a shady businessman. Everything here is built on loyalty and trust. But now, since Jazz is no longer a smuggler, now she's a target for the mob and the price on her head, and there's now nowhere to run. She doesn't really care about justice. She doesn't really care about how the consequences end up. She just doesn't want to die, she just wants to make it rich. But when it becomes clear that the mob wants to own Artemis and take over everything she knows and loves, Jazz decides to do something. She's going to stop them. Not because she's a hero, but Artemis is her home. Artemis is her home. This moment, right now, is where we decide what kind of city Artemis is going to be. We can either act now or let our home be degraded into a syndicate rule for generations. This isn't some theoretical scenario. They burned down a business. They murdered 2 people. There's a huge amount of money at play, and they're not going to stop. This brings us to our core characters. For her crazy plan to work, Jazz pulls together a team of people. Not professionals, not even her friends. Just people who she thinks she can rely on. Enter Lan Landvik, Tron's daughter, calm, continent, and Artemis's backup plan for oxygen. Next, Dale, Jazz's ex-friend, and the only one with a legal EVA license, meaning he's the only one that can actually leave the compound safely. Bob Lewis, the city's security, kind of like the unofficial police, built like a tank, and has a surprisingly decent moral compass. Martin Savoda, A chaotic tech genius who probably knows a little too much about improvised explosions and has the heart of the group. And finally, Amara Bashara, Jazz's estranged father, who also happens to be the best welder in Artemis. Together, they're going to rob, hack, and outsmart the mob with zero backup, no plan B. It's reckless and messy. But what can they do? Artemis delivers exactly what it promised. A high-stakes, lunar heist with a morally gray, sarcastic main character. The setting feels real, with the science and the economics not sounding like jargon. The plot moves fast and the tone is light, sharp. I flew through it in like a couple hours. It's fun and it's clever. It's got attitude. But would I reread it again? Honestly, no. While the characters are fun at first, with them having their own little quirks, they're really surface level. Most of them being characterized into a single personality trait. No one evolves. Not even Jazz, who's the main character. If you compared her from the start to the end of the book, almost no emotional growth has happened at all. It's like a one and done kind of book. You read it, you have fun, but you don't really think back on it. Especially once you know the twist. So I'd give it a solid 4 out of 5. A fun first read, and my only read. It's smart, fast, and fun, but shallow. But it's a great sci-fi caper with some fun dialogue. Does exactly what it says it will. Not something truly groundbreaking, but still a really good read.